Happy Tuesday. Very successful morning of trading and conversation on the stream. My stream happens every morning on my main channel, Trades by Matt, so come hang out over there. It's free to watch, and it starts at 8:30. We're going to go ahead and recap some of those conversations and the trade from today. Good volatility with CPI. This was done in my 20, 50K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for 80% off right now. I'm trading 20 of the 50Ks. Let's go and get into the stream from today. Markets are open. Good morning. How we doing, everybody? Alrighty. We had news. We had CPI come out this morning. Other than that, nothing during the stream. Other than some Fed heads talking. This is the CPI candle. Overnight high is currently at 23,820. That's got to be very close to the prior high. Yeah, prior high is at 850, so just shy of it, slapped before it. Currently rotating back into VWAP. We are inside yesterday's value area. 0.35% up on the session. We've given back a lot of CPI. I would imagine that we fully retrace it, to be honest. 660 feels pretty on the table, but we'll see. Got to get through 700 VWAP first. Like I said, right now we're currently inside yesterday's value area, so you expect the rotation, right? Matt, when is your marathon? How's the prep? Marathon is December 7th. Prep is going good. I did mile repeats this morning at race pace, 650. Or ideal race pace. Felt good. I did 5 repeats at 650, and I mean, it was definitely hard, but my average pace was 649. Took 90 seconds to to 2 minutes. Break in between each one just to kind of get the heart rate back down a little bit. Solid workout, and it bumped my VO2 max up one. Currently at 50 now. I will say, when I did the 800 meter repeats at race pace, or slightly faster than race pace, I was like, there is no shot I'm running this for 26 miles. Today, I had a glimmer of hope of, you know what, this is technically still possible. I just need to be very intentional about getting there. But the thing I've been having in my head all morning, in the middle of my pain session, was literally mile 3, mile 4, and then mile 5. I didn't really want to start any of them, and I kept thinking, phrase I've talked about a little bit in here, but outlier results require outlier actions. And I paired on outlier goals with that. So outlier results require outlier actions and outlier goals. So I just kept thinking about that all morning long, and got it done. Another phrase I heard on a podcast yesterday: I want to be a common human with an uncommon desire to succeed. That's good. Yeah, it's man, I can't remember the guy's name. There's a new Nick Bear podcast with an ultra runner, Chris or something or another, the Navy SEAL with the beard. He dropped that, and then he dropped this other thing that I thought was really good. I actually wrote it down because I was like, this applies to, they were talking about with training and endurance sports, but really it applies to trading as well as training. And so I flipped the word I flipped the word training for trading instead. So practicing trading is what builds mental toughness and trading psychology. You have to put in the work to be successful. The work is what makes you mentally ready. And he went on this long tangent that I think is very applicable currently in the social media realm, definitely on the endurance sports side, definitely in the trading side, which is social media gives you a highlight reel a lot of times, or very catered, selective results, right? And the thing that gets views is to talk about the easiest way to achieve said results, right? When the reality of the situation is that there is no easy way to do it. You can't just be mentally tough enough, and you can't just wake up one morning and be psychologically ready to freaking crush it if you've never done it before. You can't wake up one morning and expect to have your biggest day ever when you haven't done it before, right? Like, it's not this thing where it's like, I can just watch this 15-minute video, or I can watch one of Matt's streams and I'm going to be ready to go. That's not how it works. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the time. It's like, we talk about screen time all the time. Very real, right? Screen time. But like, part of that is because you have to experience the repetitions. You need to experience what it's like. You can't expect to show up on the day where it matters most and all of a sudden have the mental, psychological levels that you need in order to trade efficiently, or, you know, not tilt or whatever. You can't expect to do that on the day where you need it. You need to do it on the days where you don't need it, where you're building that foundation. To then, when you do need it, you've built it, you have it in you, you put in the work beforehand. Now it's just about calling into that work. Thought that was so good, man, and so applicable to this sphere that is trading with throw in the social media side as well. Because at the end of the day, humans are humans. We want to find the easiest and fastest way to the objective, right? That's like natural human psyche. The path of least resistance, right? How can I find the path of least resistance to my goal? Whatever the goal may be. Full-time trading, making a lot of money, arbitrary number, whatever it is. What's the path of least resistance? When the fact of the matter is that if you take the path of least resistance, when you actually get to the spot where you need to go and it gets a little rocky, you're going to just crumble and fall and piss away, right? Which we see constantly. But if you put in the work every single day and you show up every single day and you go through the ringer every single day and you grind it out every single day and you have outlier goals and outlier actions and you train intentionally and you show up every day with motivation to do what you need to do, guess what happens? You build your base up higher to where when you show up and it finally does get a little rocky, you're ready to tackle it. So there you go. I'm only like 30 minutes into the podcast too, so get ready for me to finish this thing. It's gonna be epic. You got mad hype for this morning, bro. I've been up since 4:30. It's been one of those mornings where my brain's been going all morning long. This is the podcast, The Real Foundations of Endurance with Chad Wright. Like I said, it's an endurance-based podcast. Like, they're talking about endurance. However, I personally believe it is all incredibly transferable to trading. Like I just said, if you're willing to make a little bit of a leap to make it into trading, I think it can do that very well. Trading, everything can be a leap to trading, though, to be honest. Anyways, hopefully that gets you a little fired up. I was fired up this morning. I mean, it helped me get through my workout, and when I did not want to. I did not want to get through my workout this morning. It was hard. I was tired. And then I kept thinking about this ish that I just talked about, and I was like, man, I got to build the base right now. Like, so what if I'm tired? There is no easy path to going sub 3. I need to accept that. There is no easy path to doing it. There's no easy path to getting in shape. There is no easy path to finding time to work out. You just have to wake up earlier. There's no easy path to like doing anything else. Like, there's no easy path to wanting to become, the best version of a day trader that I can be. I have to show up and do the work every morning. And when I stop showing up and doing the work, it's usually a season of pain, right? Like, and then when I get back motivated and I'm down to do the work and experience getting better, another thing they talked about, again, was not in the realm of trading, but I think it's very applicable. This is the quote. This is a quote from it. I don't want to ever fully have everything figured out. It means you stop pushing into new territories, and that's boring. And I think that applies with trading as well. Like, one, the moment that you think you have it all figured out with trading, you typically get humbled pretty quick. I think everybody pretty much agrees with that. And if you don't agree with it, it's coming. Don't you worry about that. Hello, slaps. Books are thin. I don't see anything coming out right now. Books are thin. But yeah. I think we as traders, markets are always changing. Conditions are always changing. Things are always happening, right? We have to stay on our toes, and we need to never truly feel like we have it figured out. We need to constantly be in a learning loop, right? It's take in new information, learn from what happened, apply it to the future, learn, take in new information, apply it to the future. That's the cycle, right? And we need to constantly be living in that cycle, because when we stop living in that cycle, things typically go poorly. And it gets boring, right? And when things get boring, you're not on your toes. You make stupid decisions. Well, there's your 15 minutes of motivation with Matt, chat. It's not Thursday, which is when we're supposed to do this, but I was too fired up to not talk about it, so there you go. I'm officially green-lighted to trade as well. I would sue Powell over construction of Fed buildings. I'm considering allowing a major lawsuit against Powell. Bro's just taking the lawfare approach. All right, what we talked about pre-market is rerunning CPI, 660 or so. 710 on Tesla Wick. Yeah, it's a opening low, 5-minute opening candle low. It's on the table, but VWAP is basically right there also. 720. I don't know. I think that 710 to 720 is kind of a interesting spot, but really we're just going back down into CPI low right now, I think. Happens to line up with the 1 standard deviation also. I want to take the stab here so bad, but I'm not sure if I'm going to catch the knife or not. All right, there's 660, chat. Coming in, like, there's the minus 1 standard deviation. There's just like no real signs of life currently, which is a little bit of a hesitation for me. A little bit of buyers starting to come through. If we weren't about to open a brand new candle here, I'd let it fly at the -1. But opening a new candle, I think, is a little scary, so I'm not going to. Top of the hour, 9 o'clock. All the things. Okay. Right when I look at Delta to see if 28 is going to be interesting, Delta is already looking good. Nice push. 65, 66, that wick still looks pretty solid. CPI low. Maybe come back down into 41. Oh, I don't have my trade cover on. 1 second, chat. There we go. Now we're firing it all in there. I'm filled long at 40s, 42. I'm going to move that break even. I'm looking at the wick. I'm at 10 points right now, but we have enough movement, I think, where it's worth a shot. Clean. Clean. I took 10 points to draw down 7. Well, how many was it actually? 42 to 34. I took 6 points to draw down for a 22 point winner. Again, I opened up my base hit a little bit there, but that's just because the volatility is high right now. And that target into the prior low there, that wick is just juicy. With the block at 680, yesterday's value area low, pulling us in as a magnet. I'm okay with opening it up there because the volatility is high. The extra 10 points, I think, is very doable, clearly. 42 to 34 equals 6. Yeah, 8. I don't know. Something. 8 points of drawdown for a 22-point winner. My bad. I said 6. 6 for a 22. It was 8 for a 22. For the OGs, how many burritos was that trade for Trump inflation? That was 45 burritos back in the day. I don't know how much a burrito actually is now. I think it's like $17, I feel like, now, instead of $10 originally. So we'll call it like 27 burritos, maybe. I think exclamation point profit will actually drop some burritos in the chat. Potentially. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I think potentially.